Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Duck Pond, where today we're going to be reviewing our game of the week, Megaman Battle Network. For those new to the channel, what we do is we play a game through the week, and at the end of the week, we do a review on the game. Um, and at the end of it, I'll give you my opinion. Every game I've played so far has been given the opinion of give it a try. Um, this game, going to be spoilers so if you haven't ever played it before. So, without further ado, let's jack right in to this review. Let's just do a simple overview plot line. You play as Lan Hikari, and you're like a 10-year-old boy. So I think you're 10, maybe 11, with a and the year is like 20XX, and the world is run by technology. Like everything is connected to a network, to an internet. This game originally came out back in 2001. So go to where we are now. From that, I just kind of predict we're all connected to the internet. Sorry about that. But you have and everyone has these things called PDs. They're personal terminals, and in them they have what is called a net navy. You have the net navy known as Megaman, and throughout the game, Megaman helps you out. You're going to and in the first beginning of the game, find out about this organization WWW. It stands for World 3, but internet pawns. So gotta do that. But like people, you go out of your house to go to school, and your friend in the game, she's spelled Mayl, male. But in the cartoon series that came out, like the animated series, for Mega Man called Mega Man NT Warrior, her name is Melu. So I don't care. I just called her Melu the whole time. She tells you about like those ovens are floating fires happening all over, like oh, just fire. Okay, whatever. So you go into your first day. You learn how to net battle, which is pretty much the whole thing of the game. Is you're gonna go in to do battles, random battles. Look at them designing gameplay. You come out of school. You come home. Someone in your house, red beard, red hair, like a delivery man suit or a worker suit. He's fixing your heat and all that stuff. Your thermostat. Make sure your house is good. You go upstairs. You run around the internet. Do a mission for Glide, who is the net navy of the rich girl in the game, Guy. But you get down finding this weird little program for him, like little program, which programs are either like things that make you stronger, like the power programs, the HP up programs, or they're these little green guys that will go around and no problems. They run the internet. They run the stuff in the internet, like keep it going, keep it flowing. Well, you gotta return him to Glide. You check out, which that's the whole thing in the game. When you go on the internet, you jack in. When you come out of the internet, you jack out. Um, you go down. You also hear a scream from downstairs. So you go downstairs, and your oven's on fire. Well, back into the oven because yeah, the oven's connected to the internet too. Go figure. So you do that. Jack in. Get in there. And each of the levels has a different mechanic. Again, we'll go into more on gameplay. Um, you get to the end of that. There's a night over there called Flame Man, who in the cartoon series is Torchman. Kind of sad that they changed the name, but whatever. And you find out that the guy that was in your house He's the one that has been sending the virus and making other people's events explode because he's part of World 3. Again, it's a terrorist organization. So they're really messed up. So you save him, get him out. Everything's all good. Everything's done there. You get a guy in school that comes. Like the next mission that you'll go through is a guy comes to school. He's gonna be helping you learn stuff about rare chips and more about net battling. It's Mr. Higsby. Higsby ends up, well, he's a member of World 3 as well, and he's going to brainwash every child in the world by hacking into the schools and turn them into World 3 training programs. And he does that. You stop it. He has one called Number Man. Just kind of push over. Number Man pretty much he just stays in, and we'll get into that game, but he stays in the back row of the whole game, of the whole battle. So you just have to stay in one spot and just shoot at him, and things he'll summon to send at you. Then the next one after that, I think Elect Man's. Oh yeah, Iceman. Well, Iceman was kind of coerced. He's kind of coerced to be bad because the his operator, because that's what they call the people who run the P. That when they're called operators. His operator is a father only doing it because his son has been kidnapped. So first one they get this flyer program. This one they get an aqua program. Um, I can't remember where they get a wood program somewhere. I can't remember where. But the one like you get done with them, then oh I can't remember all the bosses. I think Elect Man's next, and that's the way to your family. No, Wacko Man's next. Wacko Man is next after. His name's Color Man, but in the series he's called Wacko Man. Um, you fight him, stop buses. Like it's an out of control bus, so you had to stop him. Then you fight. Then you fight Elect Man. And after being Elect Man, the whole wish was to get the Elect program. Um, he's gonna suffocate everyone, so you stop him from doing that because he turned off the power that generated like the filters in the air thing, so people were just gonna die if it didn't turn them back on. So you get turned back on. But after you beat him, you find out, oh hey, we're going to take from his memory banks the location of World 3. So this official net battler is now pissed at you. Who you've seen him earlier in the game. His name's going to be Chod, and his proto is Navi's Proto Man. So you fight him, beat him. And you go through this whole thing of find out where World 3 is, getting their location, getting a ticket there. You do that. You go through little areas that are like the areas you've previously done, and then you get to the last area, which is a copy of the Like Man stage. And the end of that is a mother effer called Magic Man, who is just a pain in the rear. Because all he does is summon viruses at you and launch a fire down the center line. Now you gotta dodge his fire while hopefully dodging the other two um the other two viruses he summons. Which if he summons the big fan that sends the tornado out, stay in the bottom left corner of your side and just charge up your shot, go to the middle, shoot him, back down. So just that easy. If you get that one, lucky. Because it's not all going to happen. They exchange, going to get different. Alrighty, then after you beat him, you go to face Dr. Wily, the leader of. You find out because you get Blast Man, Magic Man, and Mega Man's going to be deleted. You find out that there's a program called and this is where spoilers are. Spoilers. Hub.bat. is like Megaman is actually a Navi made from DNA from the character you're playing as, Lan Hikari's dead twin brother, Hub Hikari. Get the name, so Lan Hikari. But if he didn't change the programming just a little bit, you guys would pretty much merge, and whatever was happening inside in the computer world to Mega Man would happen to you in the real world, and vice versa. So you'd feel each other's pain and all that fun stuff. God, they didn't do that. But he's like, here's this program. If you use this program, it'll revert you back to that state. But Mega Man's gonna get a power up. And sure enough, we say yes. Mega Man gets his power up. You go in to talk to Wily. Wily's like, I hate your family because this dude is petty. Like, he is so petty. And his whole thing of reason for hating us isn't just because we're this net battler, this not even official net battler, just this kid who's beating his World 3 operatives. No, it's because he hates our family. Because our grandfather and him were doing research in, I can't remember the country, but they were doing research. While they was doing robotics, our grandfather was doing networking. Well, the country had to decide which one they were going to fund to win this like championship or this big humongous thing. I can't remember what it's called. So they went with our families and shut down Wily's robotics funding. So yeah, now he's pissed at us because of us and our family because of that. Like, not our fault, man. We didn't do it. Which grandfather told him in the past, but he's not gonna listen. He's gonna send this hacking robot to send military satellites and just pretty much bomb the whole world, delete the whole world. Unless we stop it, which we get in there, we've had this thing that he's been hitting at, which is he combined all those programs together to make the ultimate virus called the life virus. Pain in the ass battle. But you defeat that, get done with him, you skip like the World 3 hideout starts to crumble and be destroyed. You get out of there, get home, everyone's safe. Jab at like, haha, Melu actually likes you, and it's like I think the only time in the game actually goes over that Melu likes you, like was romantically liking you, until I think Game 6, and that's at the end when it's like kind of you don't see them, but it's their grown up selves. But yeah, no, that's the plot of the game. Oh man, I spent 30 minutes on the plot. Now gameplay. It's a turn based. Card collecting battle RPG. I don't know. That's the best I could say it. Because you come into the battle. It's not even really turn based. Like real time turn based, kind of. Because you both take your turns at the same time, and you have to move around the stage, which the stage is 6 rows across, 3 down, and you get this 3, and they get that 3. You could use chips, these chips, which are your special, like your special abilities, other than your regular pellet shooter called the Buster. But you can use those to fight enemies. Now, the way to get chips is you start the battle. You can select chips. The only way to select them, though, is they either have to be the same kind of chip, like 2 cannons, or they have to have the same code, like, say, a sword and a Y sword. If they both have the S code on them, you use them. You activate them, and after you start the battle with those chips, a bar at the screen, top of the screen will fill up, and as soon as it fills up, you can press the RBLB button, and or if you're still not using the Game Boy Advance, because it would originally come out of the Game Boy Advance. I'm playing the collective edition with the original graphics, not the updated HD graphics. And you do that, and it'll bring up the screen to choose chips again, and you can do the same thing over and over. You just pea shooter. It is possible to beat the game with a Buster, just not recommend. Would not recommend. None. But that's really the gameplay. It's like it's got the RPG style. Like you're going to find these vendors who sell memory upgrades and all that fun type of stuff, like memory upgrades, power ups. Well, not memory. It's like HP memory is what it's called, and that increases your health. And then you got your other stuff, like your there we go. Okay, that was stupid. Hold on, gotta get there. We go. It got out. No, it got out. Anyway, but you're going to find those to level yourself up. Get your the power ups. You can increase each power up you get can increase one of the stats of your buster, which is power, rapid, or charge, and it chooses which one you do with those. Uh, so you can do that. The HP memory is straight. It's just an HP boost. It gives you 20 HP more for each one. Oh, get that. And you run around the world. Some stuff you do, like you run around in the real life world as Diane. You run around in the computer world, in the internet world, the network as Megaman. Megaman. You can all call him Hub if you want to and you play the game. He will always be Megaman. And that's really the gameplay. It's like just you're gonna run around, random encounters. You're gonna go into an area, solve a problem. In the area is a boss, and you're gonna fight that boss. Boss is a problem, and that is pretty much the only thing I have that I frustrated with in this game was you can't escape battles unless you have a chip called the escape chip. No, yeah, okay, that's gonna be that game. Like that's the gameplay. Now on to the H. Music, still phenomenal music for the game. Like again, this came out on a Game Boy Advance, and yes, it sounds like it would be a Game Boy Advance music, but like it's still kind of catchy. Like freaking Mega Man theme, do 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 do, like stuff like that. It's like catchy, and the boss have actually good themes, good game music, graphics. Nah, it didn't age the best. It didn't age bad, the worst, but it didn't age the best. Like it is still pixelated Game Boy Advance graphics. Even when you do the HD, because I had to see what it looked like in the HD graphics just to see. And even in those, it's not like they admit the pixels aren't as much. It's like a lot like there's a lot more pixels in it to make it look sharper and better. The fact that it made it look lines look better, but nah, the graphics was not strong. The animations kind of funny to look at. I'm not gonna lie, but what are you gonna expect? It's a Game Boy game, Game Boy Advance game. I mean, you're not gonna expect much from it. Now, all in all, only because of the graphics being definitely a timed it and age well with time. Again, it didn't age bad. I'm not gonna give it a full A. I'll give it a full B in my book on it. Overall, Do I think people should play Megaman Battle Network? The first game, I mean, you're from what I understand for the later ones that I remember playing. I don't think you missed too much by playing the first one, and it was like it was almost really enough, like send it out to the players and test it. Like we players became the test. Like, is this a good game or not? So we make more of these. It is a good game. It can be frustrating, and some of the battles can be unforgiving on their tactics. But once you finally learn the battle system, it's a lot easier. You can't use an escape chip against bosses, so no big deal there. Like, you're against a boss, you're not escaping. Like, stop them. But um, for a fan of Mega Man, like this branched off of the original Mega Man. This is an alternative universe of the original Mega Man. For anyone interested in Mega Man who hasn't played this game, play it. Try it out. If you're not a fan of Mega Man, just don't. I feel like you're going to be wasting your time. Now, if you're not, you don't hate Mega Man, but you don't like Mega Man, and you're just looking for a game to kill time and have some fun with, go for it. I say try it. My honest opinion on this game is would I recommend it to a select group of people? But am I saying it's a bad game? No, absolutely not. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's a good game. I bought the collector's edition, so not collector's, but like the Legacy collection. Like, I was gonna get this game one way or another. So I say give it a try. To most people, this is you. The ones that are Mega Man fans or RPG fans and stuff like that. No matter what, if I said yes or like give it a try, you're probably not going to, but you know what, you might. And if you're the one willing to give it a try, give it a try. If you're not, well, obviously don't. So until next time, guys. Um, our next game I want to say is going to be Battle Network 2. But I have a friend that got me a game a long time ago, and I never played it. And it's about time I did. So, my friend, goes out to you. This week's game is gonna be Outer Wild. So, next time, guys. Next week, we're gonna be playing that. But during this week, this whole week we're gonna play it. And next Saturday we're gonna review it. But during this whole week, if you want to watch me play this game and see what it's about, and my first time playing it, go on and hop over onto the Twitch with Senior Ducky and at Twitch TV or twitch.tv/Senior Duckington. You know the whole thing. Like that. So Senior Duckington on Twitch. You'll find me there, and I'll be playing that this week. So, until next time, guys, as always, keep it chill and just keep swimming along. Until next time, bye. Whack.